Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. In the previous video, I discussed how today's video will be about vampires. Okay, do they exist? Yes, unfortunately, they do exist. Let's talk about why they exist. Now, vampires are humans just like we are. Um, these are people with rare blood disorders. These rare blood disorders that these specific people have, it requires that they consume blood because their body unfortunately does not have the ability to uh, make blood for their body to function on a day-to-day basis. But here's the thing with vampires. Their condition is so rare and so unheard of that when they do consume blood from other humans, whether it be through blood banks or taking a human and consuming their blood in that manner, um, they take on their host abilities. Let's just talk about the plasma now. Now, we all have plasma within our blood. And as I said before, your plasma, it holds all of your um, spiritual powers. It has a blueprint within it um, to your way back home. Most humans, through past lives, it holds all of that information within your plasma. All of the extraterrestrial past lives that you have and all of the abilities that you have come within your plasma. This is why I urge you guys to not give your plasma away because what the government has been doing has been genetically modifying your plasma and to create super soldiers just off in your plasma. Now, it took some time to do this, but before we even get into all of that stuff, I don't want to get sidetracked. Um, these vampires, they do exist, and it's because of the blood disorder that these specific people have. And as they consume your blood, they can use your spiritual powers. They obtain it, they absorb it, and it becomes theirs for a period of time until it wears off. Now, the blood that is within their body, it does not maintain very long. They cannot rebuild blood cells within the body. So, depending on each vampire specific trade and how they can break down the blood within the body quickly will determine how long these abilities last. So I'll get into the initial story now. It had to be back in the early 1700s. Like I said, they've been around for a very long time, even back in Rome. Um, I saw into the mind of this one specific vampire. Now he had the ability to take flight, um, and he was talking to several other vampires as he was flying. Now they do have psychic powers, just like we do. Like I said, it's all within the blood, that they get these abilities from humans. Even though humans may not be able to use it, doesn't mean that they don't have it. And these vampires can use it. Um, so this vampire, he was flying, and he was floating above a wooded area. And as he's telepathically linked to these other vampires, um, he really did not want them to consume blood. And but these guys, they were being hunted by these villagers, and they had got cornered in this one house. So, and I'm seeing into the mind of this vampire. He's telling everybody to remain calm, do not consume uh, blood, fight off their thirst for it. Now see this little boy, man, he was so into his thirst that his face and his skin began to break down. And a lot of times when you see vampires, um, even on movies, they do have it almost right, but it's over exaggerated. But this little boy, man, his eyes started, to get a little big, and his skin was turning, instead of him being pale, it was turning a little bit red because the flesh was beginning to rot, and his eyes was a little red, and he was scared. This little boy, he was scared, even though he was a vampire. Now he was a vampire, but he was scared because of the thirst, and these villagers were going to burn them up. But this one vampire, I don't know if he was the leader or what, but he was telling them, do not go into your thirst. Do not be a part of that. I guess what he was trying to do is save their souls, because it's just like today with the adrenochrome and all this other dark stuff that they do now today. Um, Once you begin to feed off a spiritual being, a human, you lose parts of yourself. Uh, and we all know that when these Hollywood stars and these people that get into these Illuminati groups, that um, they are welcome into doing stuff like that. You know, you lose your soul. You lose, because if you're not here doing spiritual work, helping people, having positive energy, and you just negative, and doing a lot of dark stuff behind the scene, and just not being honest to humanity, uh, your spiritual abundance starts to deplete. You become a parasite, and you do not want to be on that negative path where you are being uh, in a parasitic nature. So back to the story. Um, they were killed. They were burned to death in this abandoned wooded home, and this vampire that was floating. Um, he he rather see them go out that way than to lose um, their soul um, by feeding off humans. And what I gathered from this guy, I didn't see that he was negative. I did not see negative. I think he too was fighting the urge to feed. I don't know how he was able to sustain flight, um, but and once I came out of viewing uh, this vampire, as I was leaving and coming back into my body, I heard a negative voice, and it had to be one of those dark vampires. He was like, and I could feel the negative energy off of this vampire. He was like, join us, and I laughed, and I was like, yeah, right. I said, never, I'm never going to join any dark forces. My job here is to help humanity. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be a part of something so great. To try to wake us all back up and get us back on our positive timeline. We are on a positive timeline now, despite what's going on in the world. There's a lot of help here to help fix the mess that we help create, and we all have to take responsibility for our own actions, our own emotions. Now, emotions are a big thing that is being manipulated to turn us against each other. I want everybody that come across this video, be mindful of your emotions. Take responsibility for your emotions and do not project any negative towards maybe your partner, your husband, wife, or your children. Learn to think before you react, and learn to see things from both sides, because when you are right about a situation, there's no need to fight about it. There is no need to fight to be right. Okay? Being right stands all on its own. You cannot change how someone else thinks, but you can change how you think. So always be mindful and always know that even though you cannot see the enemy is always around you, always there, always looking for the opportunity to emerge. So when your temper and your anger starts to ramp up, just know that they can use that. They can use it, and they will connect to these lower vibrational emotions to keep things going, keep you angry. If we're not perfect, so I know that these anger and these arguments are going to occur from different agreements, but try to quickly move from them and learn to apologize. Uh, Learn to, instead of pointing the finger, say to yourself, what have I done to contribute? And something so small we made so big. Um, Sometimes learn to walk away, especially when it comes to your children. You are going to have to learn how to talk to them on certain levels as they get older, and let them know why you're, disciplining them. um, at certain ages. I had to learn to do this with my children, and I am blessed, to have that wisdom. It's not easy. We all know as parents, it is not easy to um, teach our children that, just refuse to listen. But you have to be able to come down on their level so that they understand you. And what I mean by that, don't get so angry at them. And if you do, explain to them why are you doing the things that you're doing to help them. That way they can go back and see, well, yeah, mom and dad was right about that. I should not have done it that way. I should have handled it a little bit different because children, they are in their growth stages, and sometimes they are going to want to step out of their own box and do things their own way, and they might not see it as it being harmful or being wrong or disrespectful in any manner. They just see it as a way to. Sometimes they may want to rebel, to have a voice, to be seen when they want their parents to see them. They want to show independence, and sometimes as parents we don't see that, and the children often don't see things as being disrespectful. They just want to be seen. They want to be heard. Um, but sometimes as parents, we got to let go of these old ways that our parents um, taught us and find a new way to relate to our children because they are going to be the pioneers. They are going to be the future, and we want to leave them with a great legacy that they can carry on. But that was the end of that vampire story. They do exist. I think our military often um, try to experiment to create soldiers to equip these soldiers with these type of abilities as well, because you have to think that even though this is a blood disorder and they can die from this blood disorder um, if they don't consume blood. Um, I don't know if they are using synthetic blood now. I think that these vampires, these people, I think in the beginning they had good intentions, but and today when I woke up, I was actually um, having another vision of these vampires, and I could not go into a good REM sleep. Uh, so, somehow I'm being blocked from being able to go into a deep sleep so that I can travel. But what I did gather from this one from today before I woke up was it was back in the Roman days, back in the Caesar days, um, where all of this Catholic uh, stuff began, and they were using the church, these vampires, man, to create religion as well, and the Roman Catholic. Now I know there's going to be a lot of controversial people out here, but I can only tell you what I know, and when you know this stuff, you know it. So, and like I said, I'm not gonna hold back from giving you guys the truth. Now, I'm not gonna go too deep into this church stuff because I know it's controversial, but there are some dark things that the Catholic Roman Church has done, and that they have lied and hidden a lot of truth behind these dark ones. These dark ones do consume blood, and these vampires, as they consume blood, they take on many forms from your blood, your own spiritual blood. Um, they grow in strength. They can shape shift into wolves. There have been many people in past lives that have been uh, different types of animals. So when they consume your blood, um, they can equip themselves with some of your past life abilities, and they can shapeshift into animals. Um, so, but the one that I had this morning, I could not finish. Now I'm seeing this young boy, and he had on, like back in the Roman days, these leather straps, as if he was a warrior, and his father was talking to him, and this young boy had already started consuming blood, and he had to be, from what I gathered, maybe in his 20s, maybe 21, 22 years old. He was a young guy, and he had the Roman leather scrap, as if he was a warrior as well. But he had consumed, um, didn't kill. Now he was feeding off this guy slowly. Maybe he was a slave. Maybe this guy he was assuming was a slave, and he only drank from this guy to quench his thirst, and then he started walking and playing around with his wrist, his leather wrist um, band um, scraps that he had on, leather scrap, and I'm listening to his father. His father was saying, um, teaching him not to consume so much that the heart stops. And like I said, I couldn't really go into a deep sleep to where I can view all of it. Um, as a matter of fact, I don't like to remote view when I'm awake. I like to I can do this, but the best way to that I find more information out is when I actually leave my body, uh, and I actually go there and I'm there, in spirit form. Um, that's the best way. Now I'm not knocking how these other remote viewers do it, but if they want to do it precise and they want to do it right, you want to step outside the body in spiritual form to view everything. You can have all of your abilities once you're out of the body. Uh, you become and able to do what essentially what God can do, because we are a part of God. We're not separate from God. We can be telepathic. We can, fly. We take on all types of spiritual powers, and it's all humans can do this. Anybody with a soul can do this. So just know that humanity, you are way more powerful than what you think. Just stay on a positive path. Do not stray from your positive path, and do not join any negative organizations, because that's what they look for. They look for people with special abilities, um, but you become like a battery to them. They care not for you. So um, always be positive. I know that we're not perfect, and we're going to have subtle disputes. So, and this is why I talk about this so much, because me and my wife, we went through these games that the dark ones do, and just know that they are around and they can hear these negative things, and they will ramp it up to cause further division within your household. So, guys, know that you are loved, and we are in this together. We are still staying on a positive timeline. I don't see anything bad um, for the near future. And anything that comes up, I'll let you guys know about. I'll give you heads up. But we're winning. The light will always shine in the darkest places. So love, honor, respect all of you. And I will continue to push out more videos. I will continue to be honest with you guys. I am in this fight with you. And just know that you're not alone, and you have a lot of help. You guys have a great day. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved.